And we're live, and it's AtlanticScrum, and Hookup, and Paul, and Simpri, and Yarrow are here. Hey guys, let's go to screen share, and go to the desktop there. That's the place to go. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see where we are. We were just talking about this and that, but let's check in with people. David is here. David, how are things with you?
Good, thanks. Just started coding a few minutes ago on and try to automate the feature flags a bit more.
Good show.
And I'll come back to that after the scrum if I can.
Is that the rate task for that?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to make it a script runner script and avoid the complications because it doesn't have any dependencies.
Huh. Yeah, I think it would be good for it to be a rate task rather than just having general scripts. Maybe you and I can look at that together tomorrow, perhaps. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure. Jump in. I think if I make the if I code it up how I think it's going to work, and then we can wrap it round with whatever it needs to make it a rate task.
Sure, sounds good. Let's go to and so you'll be supporting up with this. Sound pretty. How are things with you?
Nothing to report and no plans, so you can move along.
Okay, all right. I see John E is here. John, this one has a strange, like scratching sound in the background. I don't know if Johnny's still in his co-working space and can't really talk, or he's.
Yeah, I can speak now.
Great.
Sorry if it's my computer that's making the scratchy noise. I don't know what to do about it.
Oh well. Well, tell us. Anything to report?
I'd like to discuss the plans for the pair roulette and kind of event workflow.
Sure. Okay. Well, we can maybe push that to the end. I think Yarrow and myself are also keen to discuss them. Yeah. Are you free for pairing after this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, cool. Good stuff. Let's check in with Paul. How are things with you, Paul?
Very well. I just took the zombie killers one-liner and made a script out of it, like just separate project on GitHub. But I don't know if we can at some point get it into
source book. Sure, great stuff. That's for the auto graders.
Start a scripts directory, or maybe like you guys. I might try to watch you guys work on the scripts for the other projects.
Right. Yes. I guess it could be started from a rate task. Yeah, not sure. Okay. So nothing blocking you at the moment?
No.
No. And you're available for pairing?
Yes.
After this? Excellent. Okay. Let's check in with Yarrow. How are things with you, Yarrow?
Things are great. I've been thinking about the hands flow, redoing the lo-fi and adding some comments in text about the way I see it. So yeah, I'm keen on discussing all that, and that's about it.
Great. Yes.
By the way, was that an automated bot, or were you just posting messages from the API?
Oh, sorry, I will tell you all about it after this call.
Okay, because I couldn't find any like hook or anything. Neither could I find any other API tokens. So.
No, I'll show you. It's really easy, but it's really fun. I'll show you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So then, just checking in with me. At Makers today. It'll be all graders and local support tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, I guess my big thing is I want to try and get the bank account set up so we can pay everybody for the local support volunteer Epic. I haven't had a little bit of feedback on the Constitution from Thomas, who popped his head in, which was nice. I guess I don't seem to have any other comments from anybody on the Constitution, so I guess it all sounds all right to you guys, and at least it hasn't provoked people into saying, "Oh, no, it should be completely different." So I'll sort of take that as a tacit consent. I'll paste that link in there. I guess the thing I'm still kind of humming and ahhing about is, I mean, this is sort of seems like a reasonable summary to me, but I wonder if we need something slightly more official. We've got an example of, I pasted links before of the articles of incorporation that they've got for Voluntary Action Harrow, who's our client for local support, and like these sort of generic model UK company articles. And I'm sort of umming and ahhing about whether we should pull more of them in, but in the absence of any strong opinions from anybody, I'll just go ahead and do what seems appropriate. Okay. Yeah. So I guess I mean, one thing fantastic today. This is the second Scrum, at least for me today, where a link has been automatically updated in the website one, and things have been posted in Slack. So that's absolutely fantastic step forward. Thanks to Yarrow and some people working on that, and Brian for putting it into production. But yes, so I guess I have just at least a couple of pieces of feedback on that. I'm concerned. I've got this document here. I just took these screenshots that I took as I was starting Scrums today, and the no time zone thing in the schedule is sort of an outstanding one. That's from before. But as I mentioned earlier, I think it's unfortunate at the moment that when we kind of this at the above section here is what you see before you're about to click on a link, and it's got this note: in case the above link does not work, please update the link manually. I think is that there isn't an above link at that time, so it's confusing. I think everybody would agree that it is ambiguous, right?
Sure.
Yeah, and then secondarily, so that once the Scrum has actually gone live, and the screenshot here is we have these two links, and the manual one stays out of date, and the new one updates, and I think the presence of the two links is potentially confusing. So I know like there's lots of more exciting stuff that Yarrow you want to do and other things. I feel like we want to make sure that these sorts of things are taken care of as a priority before adding additional stuff that will make the interface potentially more confusing. Do you know what I mean?
Sure, and that's the first issue I have addressed in my revamped lo-fi.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay. So yeah, and you were showing me.
Yeah, if you click on, if you just scroll down a little bit, just a little bit down, there's some text underneath. Yeah, that's it. So when the Hangout is started, the Start Hangout button gets hidden.
Right.
The Hangout details section gets shown, and the Restart Hangout link gets shown.
Mm-hmm.
If you scroll up a little, you'll sort of see how it looks. Yeah, so on the right side, so that's how it looks. And then when we decide to restart the Hangout, we click the link. Then we get a pop-up saying there's text there. Restarting Hangout would update the details of the Hangout currently associated with the event. Do you want to continue? Yes, no.
Right.
If we do continue, then the Start Hangout button gets shown again, and the Hangout details section gets hidden.
Right. Okay. Yes. And so, yeah, I think that sounds like a reasonable thing to put it, to go through those states. I guess, and I'm kind of excited to have, all of this extra stuff. I guess I would love to see a first pull request that addressed this, without necessarily trying to. Do you know what I mean? Like, that we could fix these things, and then subsequently we could have things like who's currently in there, who's the participant.
Yeah, this is iteration number 6, I think, sort of.
Right.
Number 7.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, that sounds reasonable, yeah, so...
One thing is, which I haven't addressed, is the manual update of the link. Now,
right.
I just couldn't find, I just couldn't work out, a smooth way of doing it.
Well, shouldn't it be like? I mean, if this, I mean, where you've got this click to join is the link. Why not just have an edit button next to that so that you can edit it?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm really going for. Like, I mean, the diagram that I've done here was to sort of highlight, that we don't need the, this sort of separate thing. This edit button could be moved up here and be next to that thing.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy and that's simple and understandable.
As a manual override. Yeah, and then I was worrying about something else there. But yeah, it would also be nice to have the information about, I guess from here, the start of that might replace, when it was updated. That information about when, it was last updated is very, very useful for me, and I think for other Scrum Masters. So, yes. Yeah, I mean, I would love to, from my point of view. I mean,
when the link was updated, Sam.
Yes, when that link was updated, and whether it was updated manually. I mean, independently of whether it was updated manually or as a result of somebody clicking on the Start Hangout button. When it was updated.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but so I would from my point of view, this would be the critical portions to have. To get this. You see what I'm doing with the screen there? I'd have this chunk out, and then the rest of this other stuff that you've got underneath. I would love to see that in time, but I would love to see that, as a separate pull request coming afterwards.
Sure.
Yeah, cool. And so, what would be lovely is, of course, to have this both for scrums and for, other kinds of events. I guess, in principle, we can create other events, but I guess what we don't get for the at the moment, I don't know that many people are actually creating events that are not scrums. We should be. Maybe we should be. At least the main mechanism for me, and I don't know about for other people, but is that I will go to a particular project, and then I will click on Start an Hangout on Air here, and it seems to me, I don't know, like I don't know. I'm almost tempted to say, can we bring that functionality of automatically showing the list of running Hangouts for this project in this space would be what I would be tempted to do next. But I know, I mean, John, you were saying you've done some more things. Do you have an opinion about what's the most important step next?
Well, one thing I was thinking about as you were speaking is we might want to have different views for the Scrum Master versus people who are just joining. As somebody who's just joining, I don't really need to see any of that. I just want to click on a link, like the AtlanticScrum and Pair Hangouts link is live up there. I just like to click on that and join, and I don't really care about anything else. So that's one thing.
Right. Well, just to address that one thing, I think what we're particularly keen to do, though, is that, in principle, any Scrum attendee could become the Scrum Master. I think we want to avoid. I mean, if we're talking about, this section that I'm showing here, then I would have thought all of these are, in principle, of interest to you as the Scrum attendee. Are they not? In the case of, for example, say that the Hangout crashes and the Scrum Master is incapacitated, and you as a Scrum attendee want to restart the Hangout and carry on talking to the 3 people that you were talking to, then having a link to click to restart the Hangout might be very important.
Yeah. I don't know if we need a whole page dedicated to that, though, but it's something to think about anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the issue is that you wouldn't necessarily, I mean, a whole page dedicated to that need, I mean, I guess I would say for the person who's really just coming in, I mean, I don't see any reason to conceal that on the event page itself when we've got, throughout the site, we've got, I would like these links like this to just take you directly there, so that, you would just go to the, whatever is the currently live Hangout. But sorry, you had a second point. So.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about having a list of the events, I guess, events that are going on, events that are upcoming, maybe also the videos of previous events also, and where that should go. And yeah, I don't know if we should have one page for all of the projects or a separate page for each project to show that kind of information.
Yeah. Well, at the moment we have every project page has the videos tab that shows the videos of all of the previous things. Although for some reason this one, I don't know why there's so few of that in autograders. That's odd. But usually all of them have many. Yeah, that's more normal.
Okay.
So, but I think there's a particular thing I'm particularly keen on there being a list of the currently run. That's something we haven't been able to do before. That is now enabled with Yarrow's website one connection thing. Is that we could actually show a list of not Hangouts that are finished and videos are finished, but Hangouts that are actually in progress. And so I think we should definitely be trying to show on a particular project page, here are the current, 3 Hangouts that are running in progress of people pairing on this project, so that people could immediately jump in. But I think then on top of that, yes, it would be lovely to have, my dream is of a video wall that shows all of the pairing things going on right now. But the bigger question is how to, is the design of the, pair roulette events and so on. You've done a new mock-up. I wonder if I've got your.
Yeah.
This is this? This is. I think this was maybe this is older. Is there something that you particularly want to draw our attention to at the moment?
Yarrow copied the main screens into. Let's see. If you go to.
I posted the link in the group chat, Sam.
Okay. Thank you.
The second link from me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
this.
No, the second link. This is the first link. See, there are 2 links.
Okay, let's try this one. This one? Oh no.
No.
No, they were okay from you. Sorry, I was pressing my own list. Okay. This one.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
So those would be the 2 separate pages, one for the scrums with hookups and one for the one below it, whatever that was called.
Sure. So we've got scrums with hookups, we've got Hangout Manager. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think, given the mess of our current event page, I think there's certainly no harm in creating some other event views that look like this. I guess as I parse this at the moment, it feels like, maybe it just needs, some of these kind of wells to make things stand out. Do you know what I mean? Like at the moment, I'm finding it hard a little bit to read it, but I think a little love and attention with CSS styling can sort that out.
It's the vector editor, Sam. It's the editor which makes it quite hard to edit HTML inside.
Sure, right. This gives me the picture of it. Yes, but so yeah. I guess I would love to see a higher level animation of the flow through this for different people, but I think it's all there. I'm going to have to break now, but it certainly seems like. Yara, what are your thoughts on? Obviously, you've been discussing this with John. What are your thoughts on these?
Well, we have dedicated places for Hangouts, like events and projects. But we still need one main view where we can, my opinion, we need one main view where we can sort and filter different events by different, attributes and things like that. And I think, I think John's vision of it is what we need, I guess, for this main page.
Yes. No, fair enough. I think. Yeah, I think move forward as appropriate. My main concern is about complexity, in that what I worry is about are things like the confusions we've got in the current issue, and you see how what I'm saying about. This is a nice mock-up here by Yarrow, but my gut instinct is to try and make everything as simple as possible, at least on the first run. So to tell the wrong place. Okay, like here. So for example, like I would be tempted to, I think the add to the calendar is a nice feature, but I would, just try and strip everything out for the first run. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Sure. In fact, I was thinking that the Hangout details section, which the short version, as you suggested, the long version in the future, the functionality used there, the same functionality, exactly the same, is going to be used here. It's just a different layout. The model and the control is going to be the same, just the views.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I don't see much complexity in it. Sure, add to calendar, I have no idea how to do that, but all the other things.
And I think that's fine. I think that may be a nice feature to add in future. I think just iterate fast. That's why I'm always trying to boil stuff down to what do we critically need in the first instance. I think I'm going to need more time to absorb this. I'll have more space tomorrow to talk about it. I'm probably going to have to wrap up. Obviously we've given a bit over the end of the Scrum there to just discuss those things. I think I should probably move on now, but feel free to hang out and continue discussing it, and I will keep on thinking about this. And yeah, I mean, John, are you interested in starting, maybe working with Yarrow on coding some of these things?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop the broadcast.